Welcome back to the channel. For this video, we're going to walk through how to set up monitoring for application on AWS. It's going to allow us to get email alerts whenever our application goes down on AWS, so we're going to respond immediately instead of having to wait for one of our end users to notify us that our application is down, which would be very problematic. Before we get started though, he helped me out a lot by doing a few simple things. Sponsor me on either GitHub Sponsors or Patreon, subscribing to the channel, liking this video and sharing platforms you use like Discord, Reddit, etc., starting the repo on GitHub, and also follow me on GitHub. All these things help me out a lot and I really appreciate it. So to start off, we're going to go to the AWS Management Console and go to the ECS. Click into our cluster, services, click into our service, and go to task. See, we have one running task right now. This means our application is accessible. If we didn't have a running task, that means our application wouldn't be accessible. This is what we're going to monitor. We're not going to do it directly here with the task. We're going to do it more with a target group. This is just illustration purposes. We're going to be monitoring here. So next, let's go to EC2 Management Console. Click into our instance. And we see this public IP address right here. We're going to SSH into our instance to force it to fail so we can trigger an alert. So let's go to Cloudwatch. Let's go to all alarms. And now we're actually going to create the alarm that's going to trigger whenever our application goes down. So create alarm, select metric, scroll down, application load balancer, per application elastic load balancer, and we're going to select unhealthy host count. Select metric, scroll down, we're going to make it sum, period, we're going to do 1 minute, that's the lowest you can go, static, we're going to say if it's greater than or equal to 1. So we have one or more unhealthy hosts, and we're going to trigger an alert. Click next, we're going to create a new topic, AWS ECS demo, Cloudwatch alert, put in your email, and then create a topic. Great. Let's go down, next, give it a name. I'm just going to use the same ones before. You can pick whatever you want. Next, scroll down, and then create alarm. Great. Now if we scroll over, we see that we have a warning here. We need to confirm that we want to receive these alerts before we can actually receive them. So go to our email, click into it, and confirm subscription. Great, it's confirmed. Close this, go back to Cloudwatch, refresh, and we see it's enabled with no warning anymore. Then we need to give it a little bit of time to gather data. So let's do that. In the meantime, let's open up PuTTY. So for hosting, we're going to do EC2 user, we're going to do we're going to do the IP. If we get from EC2 Management Console, paste that, go down SSH, auth, browse for your private key we created previously in the video series, and click open. Great. Now if you have problems accessing your EC2 instance on PuTTY, it may be that you haven't allowed access on port 22 from your specific IP. You can do this easily by going to the EC2 Management Console, go security, security groups, then scroll down to inbound rules and allow traffic on port 22 from your IP. Going back to PuTTY. So we're going to stop the Docker service right now so we can trigger an unhealthy host count. We're going to do that by doing sudo service docker stop. Great, so this is going to stop the service. So you can go back. We actually go to the target group section now. Go to here, click our target group. And we see we have a healthy target right now. It's going to change to unhealthy in a little bit. So after a little bit, it becomes unhealthy. So we go to our Cloudwatch metric, click into it. We click in, we see the alarm is triggered right here. So we got our email, and we see we got the alarm alert, so it's functioning correctly. So we go back to PuTTY, we can get our service back online. But first doing sudo service docker start, and then sudo systemctl restart ECS. Great, so now our service should be back online. Go back to AWS, go back to target groups, it's training right now. What's going to happen is it's going to launch a new instance ID to replace the old one that failed, and it's going to be healthy now. So that's how you set up monitoring for your application on AWS. So you can get email alerts automatically whenever your instance goes down. So you can respond to it immediately in real time instead of having to wait for someone else to tell you. If you have any questions or comments, just leave a comment below and I'll respond as quickly as I can. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.